Welcome to Snipisode 5 of the Daily Dose of DMC podcast. Today is Friday, January 6, 2023, and I'm your host, HK. Good morning to all of you on this beautiful Friday morning, and thank you for tuning in to Snipisode number 5. I am excited. We're heading into the weekend. Actually, for some of you, probably today the weekend starts. Yeah, today's Epiphany, so Three Kings Day in many countries and regions. So if you celebrate that, then happy Three Kings Day. I'm excited. We're heading into the weekend. It's been a great week. It's been very exciting. Yeah, we've covered a few topics this week, from positive mindset, gratitude, positive reframing. Today, I want to talk about the sense of self in this episode. Yeah, so not giving a beep about what others think of you. And then we'll head into the weekend. Yeah, and again, we're going to be talking about, positive mindset, gratitude, and things over and over again as the weeks go by, because we're going to look at them from different angles, and I just want to share more about that, because that's what's going to help us transform to that positive mindset. Yeah, but today we want to talk about sense of self. And what I want to do is, I want to talk about the importance of having that sense of self, the benefits of not caring about others' opinions, how you can cultivate the habit of not caring, and the role of self-compassion. Yeah, very important. And then we'll kind of close from there. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, yeah? The sense of self, I'm not talking about like the whole world revolves around me or you in that respect. Yeah, it's not about being narcissistic or thinking me, yeah, which is what social media is amplifying in today's day and age. Yeah, it's not, we're seeking validation from everybody with comments and clicks and likes and plays and, statistics and whatnot. But that's not what this is about, yeah? And you'll see what I mean by sense of self is just simply knowing what your values and beliefs are, and who you are as a person. Yeah, it's important to have that sense of self. Yeah, because that allows you basically to know who you are and what you stand for. It gives you kind of that sense of purpose. It helps you make decisions along the way where you remain true to yourself. Yeah. And if you care too much about others' opinions, you can really undermine that sense of self. Yeah, because it leads you to compromise on your own values and beliefs so that you can fit in or you seek approval from somebody or a group of people, and that really erodes your sense of self. It leaves you feeling lost and oftentimes very unfulfilled. Yeah, and even all the people you may look to, whether you've got role models, whether it's artists or politicians or athletes, whatever it is, yeah, all these people, we're humans, yeah, we all go through this at some point in life, and especially if you're younger, yeah, we're always trying to seek to fit in or to find approval, to have others validate who we are as people. But if you can learn to let go of that, believe me, you are going to flourish and blossom as a person, yeah, and be part of this world, and hopefully positively contribute to your family, to your community, yeah, and in a positive manner, yeah. So, what are the benefits of not caring about others' opinions? Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, this is easier said than done, yeah. So anybody, including myself, would be lying to saying if we haven't gone through this process, yeah. But if you let go of the need to seek approval from others, it will definitely, like I just mentioned, it will definitely lead to a greater, self-confidence, self-acceptance, yeah, because you focus on your own values and beliefs, yeah. You develop that as you go on. You're able to be true to yourself. You can, stand up for what you believe in, even if it's not popular or conventional, yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's advice from somebody is one thing, yeah, and chewing through that, and with a healthy perspective and common sense about who you are, knowing what you need to take from that and move forward is one thing, yeah, like in mentor-mentee relationships, or your parents or family members or people that really love and care for you. There are people out there who want to harm you, yeah, but you got to understand, when it's good intentioned and when it's not. But that shouldn't validate you as a person. Yeah, and freeing up, yourself from that will lead to, it's very logical, and I think a lot of people have gone through this, that if you care too much about what others think of you, you'll definitely be emotionally and mentally drained, but if you learn to let go of that external validation, you free up energy, to focus on your own goals, your own priorities, and rather than, worrying what about other people think of you, just think about that, So, off the top, think if you're a college student, and you're trying to decide what major to pursue. Let's say you're interested in both engineering and art. But at the same time, you're worried about, what your parents think, what your friends will think. You're coming from high school, heading into college, or whatever that may be. You're spending a lot of time and energy worrying about what others will think of your choice. You're trying to predict what their reactions are going to be. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? And that just leaves you, stressed, anxiety. It gives you that feeling of uncertainty. And this isn't just for college students. You can adults go through this in their careers and whatnot as well. I've gone through it. But if you can learn to let go, then it becomes very different. So now imagine you let go, like I just said, of that need to seek approval from others, and instead you focus on your own values and interests. You realize, what's important to you, and what you want to pursue as a career, what you think will be fulfilling and meaningful to you, and then you decide on that specific major, whether it's, engineering or art, because it aligns with your values and your interest, Hence, as a result, you're going to feel more confident, you're going to be more sure of your decision, and you'll have more mental and emotional energy to devote, to your studies and ultimately to your career goal, rather than, using all that energy on thinking about what others think of you. It's just obnoxious, but think about that, So, how do you go about cultivating that habit of not caring about others' opinions, And this is where it gets interesting and difficult, because developing thicker skin and letting go of that need for external validation is a process. Every person out there, whether it's your role model, people you think like, wow, these guys are tough. People in the public eye especially, they've had to develop thicker skin. And they've learned to let go in their jobs or in their roles or in their areas of that need for external validation to a certain extent, depending, if you're in science and whatnot, your peers may want to. But anyways, everyone, what you need to remind yourself is that everyone has their own opinions, but they don't define you as a person. Focus on your own beliefs and values. Like I said, with the example with the college student just a second ago, rather than on the opinions of others, and practice self-compassion, and we'll get to self-compassion in just a second, And how do you do that? Well, these are kind of the things I've done over the course of the years as well. Do a quick search, whatever you want to do, but here's a couple tips, So first of all, remind yourself that everyone has their own opinions, Those opinions, like I said, they don't define you. It's just natural for us to have different opinions and viewpoints. We look at the world very differently. But it's important to remember and remind yourself that those opinions don't reflect who you are as a person. Secondly, focus on your own values and beliefs. If you're clear for what you stand for, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others. Again, it's one thing to receive advice, chew through that, and understand, have that healthy sense of intuition about, okay, this person wants me to progress positively in life, to take that and run with it. It's something else where it's kind of, covered in sugarcoating and whatnot. And then ultimately, like the opinions of everybody else, like who cares? As long as you are focused on you, again, not being narcissistic and whatnot, that's what you got to do. So thirdly, practice self-compassion, and we'll get to the role of self-compassion in just a second. I really want to talk about that, but you got to learn to be kind and understanding to yourself. It is absolutely normal, whatever you are, college student, a working professional, whether it doesn't matter whether you're junior level or an executive, everyone makes mistakes and has flaws. Be accepting of yourself, and let go of that need for external validation. The next tip I have is seek out supportive people, accepting people. Surround yourself with those who are willing to support you and accept you and can help you feel more confident. and let go for the need of external validation. I want to be very careful here because it's kind of like walking on thin ice. Yeah, you can get sucked into a surrounding that's not good as well. But again, your gut feeling, your intuition, know, who you're hanging out with, know who's actually, who's real and not. Let's put it that way. We can go into that in a separate discussion, yeah? And remember, it always takes time to develop thicker skin. It's a process. It takes time and effort, yeah? You're going to have setbacks along the way, but be patient with yourself. Just keep working on that, yeah? And find healthy ways to cope with, criticism and negativity when you get feedback in the workplace or whatnot, yeah? Instead of dwelling on those opinions, yeah? Try to find healthy ways to cope with them. Like we talked in the previous Snipisodes as well, yeah? Seek support from people, like I just mentioned, or engage in, self-care activities, or find a positive outlet for those emotions, yeah? So let's jump into the role of self-compassion, yeah, and not caring about what others think of you. I know we're already, again, over 10 minutes, but we're almost to the end, yeah? Self-compassion involves being kind and understanding to yourself, like I just said, yeah, instead of being like self-critical and harsh, yeah, and it helps you feel more confident and secure. Yeah, so let me give you a quick example here. So imagine that you just received some negative feedback in your work. Yeah, you feel kind of upset, disappointed. You start criticizing yourself for the mistakes. Yeah, you start doubting. Yeah, in your head, that cinema starts rolling your abilities, and you feel like a failure. Yeah, but instead of getting caught up in that self-criticism, you practice self-compassion. You remind yourself in your head that everyone makes mistakes. And it doesn't matter who just gave you that, that feedback and how they gave it to you, whether it was good in a good manner or bad manner. But, everyone makes mistakes, and it's normal to feel disappointed. Yeah, but be kind and understanding towards yourself and acknowledge, hopefully, that you did your best, yeah, with the resources and knowledge you had at that specific time. Yeah. And what you got to do is you got to switch your mind. In your mind, you got to learn from this experience and do it better next time. Yeah, be more accepting of yourself. I'll give you an example, a personal example. Yeah, when I first moved into one of my a more senior management role, I'm the kind of person, yeah, in all my roles, or in the majority of my roles, especially within management, yeah, the first 1, 2, 3 weeks, I am soaking in. Yeah, and many people, especially executives, yeah, who are always talking, they can't cope with that, yeah. But to me, I'm just looking, I'm analyzing, I'm seeing things, I'm taking notes, lots of notes, and just analyzing. And I remember when I moved into this role, yeah, I think it was the second or third week, my direct manager at the time tells me, there's a German saying that says, "Den Wald vor lauter Bäumen nicht sehen," yeah, which basically means you can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah, so in other words, you don't see the big picture. Yeah, because I wasn't really, in that first 1, 2, 3 weeks, I wasn't doing, per se, what all the executives were expecting. But then, I was telling myself, look, that's the feedback. It's all good. I know where I'm heading. I know what I'm trying to do here. And then, bam, I just let myself loose. Yeah, the lion comes out, and we started nailing things, and we developed an amazing relationship. Yeah, we did. That year was a very, very tough year for the company. We did, a lot was happening, yeah, and we delivered, and we developed an amazing relationship. My direct manager and I, we developed an amazing relationship at that time. We delivered on a lot of things, and I don't want to toot my horn too big, but that's the point, yeah. Just be self-compassionate, like I was at that time, yeah, and move forward. Yeah, when you're self-compassionate, you're just able to accept yourself more. Yeah, whatever your flaws are, everything. Yeah, and then it's easier to brush off those negative opinions, and always maintain a positive outlook. So, with that being said, man, we're already at 13, close to 14 minutes. Yeah, let's close off right here. Let's recap shortly the benefits. Yeah, it's not caring about others' opinions in a positive manner will definitely lead yourself to having greater self-confidence. You'll have self-acceptance. You'll focus on your own goals and priorities without always, compromising in life. Sometimes in situations is one thing, but not compromising on, your values and who you are as a person is what's important. Yeah, and cultivate, this habit. Cultivate a habit for greater well-being. Yeah, about not caring about others' opinions. Yeah, it's going to be beneficial for your well-being. It's a habit that takes time, again. Yeah, like we've talked about. And it's an effort to develop, but it's definitely worth the investment. The positive effects it will have on your life. Yeah, the positive effects it's had on my life over the years is tremendous. So, with that being said, guys, I like saying that. With that being said, I gotta find new wording there. But guys, that being said, stay dedicated, motivated, committed, all day, every day. Have a beautiful weekend.